Joseph Cooley's first class at Alabama State was very, very memorable. And the very first player he ever recruited was Cal Gray, the two-star athlete out of Decatur, Alabama, right up there near Huntsville. Cal Gray was a high school quarterback in high school that also played defense, mainly defensive back. The man had speed, he could throw, he could play defense, run the ball. There was nothing that he couldn't do on that football field. And for 3 seasons, he was everything for us. A two-way player, two-way superstar as a two-star athlete coming out of Decatur. Cal Gray was just an all-around playmaker, man, on offense and defense. It didn't matter what he was on the field. On the center, in the backfield, whatever. He was a playmaker. The man did just about everything except go outside and catch a ball for us. He was a magnificent athlete, a two-way player that was also a freshman All-American. He did rush for over 1,500 yards as a true freshman, but he will forever be remembered for this game right here versus Southern, where he threw a touchdown pass, ran for a touchdown, and intercepted a pass in the end zone. He was also a second-team All-SWAC selection as a freshman. The man made noise in just his first year on campus. Now, whenever we needed Cal Gray to run the ball, run the option, he was our guy as far as the option quarterback. He was a first-team All-American as a sophomore and a 2-time first-team All-SWAC selection as a sophomore and his last season as a junior. And of course, how can you forget, he is a 3-time SWAC champion. He contributed a lot during his time here with the Alabama State Hornets. But then he gave us a shock, an absolute shock that even Joseph Cooley didn't even predict. After a successful junior season, Cal Gray declared for the NFL draft, and Joseph Cooley was very skeptical about it. He knew that the NFL scouts would question how big he was for a free safety. He only stood at 5'9", 189 pounds. But unfortunately for us, we missed out on what could have been a very memorable senior season for Cal Gray, considering his senior season would have been season 5, the year we won the national championship over Oklahoma. It was a very sad day as an Alabama State Hornet fan. So let's take a recap, go back to season 4, after season 4, where Cal Gray declared for the draft. He was 78 overall as a junior. I believe if we would have came back for his senior season, we would have at least gotten him in the 80s. I still don't know whether or not that would have been enough for him to pop up on Madden, but it is what it is. So as you take a look at the lean meter bar, it's towards leave. And in retrospect, there was no way in hell we was going to talk Cal Gray into coming back for his senior season. Just no matter what you had told him, no way he was coming back. Look at that meter right there. So his career was over. He decided to go pro, and this is what he did for us. 1,950 rushing yards, 154 tackles, 14 sacks, 6 INTs, 23 total touchdowns. Whether it's through the air, on defense, or on the ground, an all-around football player Cal Gray is. So then draft day came. He didn't get selected. We do remember that. But there was a cat that came calling him after the draft was over. And it was none other than the former USC head coach Pete Carroll, who is now with the Seattle Seahawks. He says to Cal Gray that he saw his tape and he wanted to invite him to camp up there in Seattle. Cal Gray responds thinking that he's going to compete for a spot on defense. But here's the thing, here's the kicker. Pete Carroll doesn't want him to play defense. He tells him that he needs some speed on the offensive side of the ball, mainly at wide receiver. So here we go. That was 2 years ago. So now we go into the second season of Cal Gray's NFL career. And he's with the Seattle Seahawks. What a time it is for Cal Gray, considering Cal Gray didn't even think that this moment would ever happen. He didn't get invited to the combine. A lot of teams did not really look at him during Alabama State Pro Day. So here he is right here. Look at Alex Smith though. Crazy that he's now out of the league. But anyway, so Cal Gray is a Seattle Seahawk, and he's looking to make the most of his opportunity. Now keep in mind, we're in his second season. He didn't do much in his rookie year. He didn't even get a lot of action, as a matter of fact. But here he is into his second season, and he's looking to make this a permanent home for him. There he is right there, number 13, trying to get away from Marcus Trufant doing drills. So the game kicks off. It's a rivalry game. 49ers, Seahawks. Look at Kyle Gray making that catch. Oh, he broke a tackle. Look at Kyle Gray going up the left side. Look at him turn on the burst, and he's gone. Touchdown, Alabama. Oh, shoot. I forgot. We're not in college no more. Touchdown, Seahawks. Great start to the game for Kyle Gray. Let's go later on in the game. Look at this right here on the comeback. We'll take that back. That's a hook route. Making that catch. First down for the Seahawks. Kyle Gray is looking to make the most of his opportunities, make this a permanent home, and eventually maybe become an NFL legend. Look at Matt Hasselbeck, find him again in the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Kyle Gray gets 2 touchdowns, his first 100-yard game in week 1 of season 2 for him. Excellent performance that was by Kyle Gray, the former Alabama State Hornet. Let's go later on though. Now the Seahawks did not make the playoffs in his 2nd season, so here he is in his 3rd season. So here he goes right here up the middle. Look at that catch by Kyle Gray going in the Cowboy territory. And of course now you know we're on Monday Night Football. So they're going to take the snap. There goes Matt Hasselbeck stepping back to pass. Matt Hasselbeck looking deep downfield for Kyle Gray, and he makes that catch inside the 20. Kyle Gray showing that he can do anything on the football field, whether you line him up on offense, on defense. But right now he's much more needed on offense. This time Hasselbeck gets away from pressure. Hasselbeck throws it across the field, and there goes Kyle Gray once again making a catch inside the 20. This time Dallas is running man-to-man coverage. He's going to find Kyle Gray once again. Bounce up, wide open. Look at this man, Kyle Gray. Touchdown, Seahawks. What if we had him at wide receiver at Alabama State? Did Joseph Cooley even know that he could do all this? My goodness. So again, we put up a good win versus the Cowboys. We go later on into the season. It's the last game of the season versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Kyle Gray once again making catches, making plays. Now keep in mind, the Seahawks need help to make the playoffs, but they also need to win. Right now, Seattle stands at 7-8. But their playoff chances are pretty slim right now as Kyle Gray makes that catch inside the 5-yard line. We moving. There goes Matt Hasselbeck with the play fake. Hasselbeck finding Kyle Gray. Touchdown, Seahawks. Big play that was by Kyle Gray. They're looking to make the playoffs, but remember they do need some help. Kyle Gray is making big-time plays just like he did at Alabama State. The man is just an all-around football player. He is unstoppable. So we didn't make the playoffs, by the way. So here goes the numbers for Kyle Gray after his 3rd season in the league. Not very good numbers, very pedestrian-like numbers as a matter of fact. But I know he's like 4th or 5th on the depth chart right now. But when he gets on that field, he does make plays. Join us next time. We're going to go into his 4th season. Peace.